Jack here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys my favourite perk set to run in Dead by Daylight. Now, as much as this is for me to look back on in the future, and maybe it would have changed and I'll be intrigued to see how I used to play, but it might help you guys out as well, because if you're struggling with a perk set that actually works really well, it won't work well for everyone. Obviously everyone has their likes and dislikes when it comes to perks, but this is just my 4 perks that I use most of the time in Dead by Daylight when I'm playing. As you can see, I'm currently sat at a rank 4, and as we speak, it is the 9th of June 2021, so you never know, in a year's time I might make this video again and be running completely different perks, or they might have brought out new ones. If you guys have any criticisms on my perk, please leave them in the comments and I'll consider them swapping out for another one when I get into games. But anyway, we're going to get into survivors now. I run this perk on multiple different people. These perks I potentially can run on Claudette, Nia, Bill, David King has the perks that I need for it, Feng Min, and Zarina. Now, I normally main Zarina in this game. She's just, I don't know, she just looked cool and I love playing as her in game. As long as Feng is a close second, and then we'll say like the other 4 up the top here are people that I sometimes use depending on whether I get asked to on stream or not. If you guys aren't part of stream, make sure to follow that down below in the links in the description. I stream on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday on Twitch, and I stream a lot of Dead by Daylight, so... And I normally have face cam in on my videos on Twitch, but this one today I thought was pretty chill, so I didn't want a face cam in it. But anyway, let's get into the perks. These perks here are the 4 perks that I mainly run a lot of the time when it comes to Dead by Daylight. Now, I will swap out some perks and give you alternatives to run instead of them. First off, we've got Spine Chill. Now, this perk is so great because if you're against a stealth killer that doesn't have a terror radius, this perk will set off and light up and tell you that the killer is looking in your direction, which gives you more of a percentage chance of getting away from the killer, because most of the time, if he's looking in your direction, he's either coming towards a gen that you're on or he knows where you are. So this really helps you in that sense. It also gives you a little boost when it comes to doing gens if the killer's looking at you and not coming in your direction, which is really helpful. Now, I would say running this a lot of the time. Most people that I see run this perk because it's really, really good, and it is a must in my set. Now, secondly, we have Kindred. Now, this is really, really useful if you solo queue. So if you play games on your own and not with anyone else most of the time, this perk is great, because as soon as someone is put on hook, all the other survivors are revealed to you and everyone else in the game. So one person runs this in the game, everyone gets the perk basically, because you'll be able to see each other, who's getting put on hook when. This isn't as useful when it's a 4-man team, because obviously you could just communicate and tell each other. But if you're solo queuing, Kindred is a perk that is really, really useful for that. Thirdly, we have Life. Now, I just really, really like this perk. The argument is that it does make you rely on windows a lot more than you normally would, because you're more likely to look at windows and pallets to slide over and jump over to get the boost in a chase. But I really love this one. You could essentially swap this out for Dead Hard, Sprint Burst, Balanced Landing. You could even swap it out for Urban Evasion if you were looking to go for a game where it was really, really a stealthy game where you have to hide behind a lot of stuff. But I just prefer running Life. You could have a couple of alternatives to swap this out for. And then finally, a lot of people in my stream tell me that I rely on this perk a lot, and I honestly do, and I probably should stop doing it as much, but it's such a useful perk. Now, this perk allows you, it's called Borrowed Time, and it's a Bill perk. It allows you to get someone off the hook and for them to basically run away, and within 12 seconds, if they get hit within 12 seconds of being unhooked, basically instead of them getting injured, they'll go into an endurance status, which is really, really useful when it comes to this game, because especially if someone tunnels, you can use this with Dead Hard and get someone off a hook, you Dead Hard away, so that they force the hit on the other guy, which means that they're going to force the hit from the Borrowed Time, because obviously they won't get hit because it's Borrowed Time. So effectively it's really useful in that sense, especially when it comes to tunneling. They did only used to have this work if you were in the killer's terror radius, but now they've taken it out, and if you aren't in the killer's terror radius, it'll work no matter what, because I feel like the very small percentage of the time it would only work in a killer's terror radius, and then as soon as you've unhooked someone, if it was like, say, a huntress and she tomahawks from far away and you're not in the radius, she could hit that person and get them straight down again without Borrowed Time being in effect. But yeah, these 4 perks are ones that I use a lot. It's a pretty quick video, guys. I'm just going to explain to you these perks and let you know that I've been using them a lot, and this is mainly the perk set that I use on a lot of survivors. Coming in closely, I would say Adrenaline is really useful, but the only downside is that it only works at the end of a game, is only really useful. and that's the only downside. One of this perk is literally useful at the end of a game, and that's literally it. Balanced landing is also great, but also depends on what map you're going to be running, because if it's something that's low down and not got a lot of things you can jump off of, then it's kind of useless running it. Obviously, dead hard and sprint burst, if I can find it, this one here, great perks, but obviously you need to be able to use them effectively. I have run dead hard and sprint burst before, but I tend to use them when I don't need to, which is a waste. Inner strength is also a great perk you could potentially run in this set, because it allows you to heal yourself once you've cleansed a totem. So if you're running a map that shows you totems, then you can break one or just find one generically on a map, and then as long as you get in a locker within 8 seconds, you'll be healed, which is sick. I used to run this one a lot when I used to play about a year ago. And then obviously we got Quick and Quiet again is a great perk. Off the Record is great to run with this. I've run this a few times with it. And then pretty much other than that, like I said, you can run Urban Evasion instead of Life because it will help. You could even run Windows of Opportunity with Life, because Windows of Opportunity shows you pallets and windows to use within 20 meters, and obviously Life gives you that boost, so it could help with that effectively. You can run Will Make It with Borrowed Time, and as soon as you've got someone off the hook, you could heal them. I mean, you can run that anyway, because Borrowed Time will give them the hit effect, but the healing will be quick anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, obviously these just a couple of ideas of some of the some other perks that you could run with my base perk set that I use. Essentially, this is just for me to look back on in the future, because I want to see if I still run the same perks, because if I go back a year ago, I was definitely not running these perks. But anyway, let me know if you guys want to see potentially like a killer one, or you want an updated one of these in like a month's time and see if I'm still using the same one. I am going to do a video soon on the top 10 survivor perks you can run in games, and hopefully that will come out quite soon and you guys can enjoy that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, as always, make sure to smash a like, subscribe if you're new around here. If you want more DBD content, as always, you know, hit me up on Twitter and give me some video ideas to do, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.